Oh, we're live on the internet. Welcome. Welcome to the party. So, Bitcoin holders, crypto holders, something pretty crazy is happening. And when it was happening to, it is indeed a scorching debate. I've been hydrating, don't worry. Something crazy has been happening in the cryptocurrency markets, and the crazy is currently accelerating. That is the rise of the perpetual corporate bid, not just for Bitcoin anymore, but for Ethereum, for Solana. I'm just waiting for, like, I don't know, some dog food company to say, like, we're establishing a Dogecoin strategic reserve. We're buying $1 billion of Dogecoin. That's going to be hilarious. Anyway, it's an insane story. The catalyst is insane. This cycle's, and it's becoming clearer and clearer to me all the time. This cycle's massive, insane, crazy leverage that sends the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana skyrocketing. It's crazy stuff. And I break down these stories. We got charts, we got altcoin charts, we got Bitcoin charts, we got news. It's a news show after all. Was that a vodka bottle? This is Aquapana, fancy Italian water. We have big things. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Guys, what is up? What is up? Mustafa, Joe, Bakamoso, Bad Fox, Matthew, Camberg, Wealth Ranger, Julian, Jonathan, Rich, Stevo, Mark, American Pipeliner, Corbin, Creeker, Monster, Adam, Scott. Oh my gosh, so many people in the chat today. Guys, what is up? Welcome to the party. Great to see you all here answering your questions. Second half of the stream. So we better get into this, do the news. Let's go. So, price of Bitcoin. We rallied up to about 110.8 yesterday off of the official announcement around sort of the Trump stuff, $2.5 billion for his company. High chance of World War III, put crypto in the freezer. I don't know about all that stuff. I feel like Trump does not want his legacy to be World War III. I know the Germans and stuff of UK have said, yeah, you can use our missiles long range. It's obviously a very problematic situation. Nobody likes that. War sucks. Can these guys please stop doing dumb shit? Come on, man. Come on. Anyway, don't think it's a big issue at this point. If we start seeing, like, I don't know, carpet bombing of Moscow, yeah, we got real fucking problems, and things are going to get really, really bad. Let's just put it that way, okay? If we have limited strikes on military stuff, I've seen people mention this in the chat, which is why we're addressing it, but Lark, check your timeline. Haha. I'll have a look at it later. But if we have sort of crazy stuff coming out of this, then that's a different story. So far, I have not seen that kind of crazy happening yet. Oh, here we go. Looks like GameStop has just bought a bunch of Bitcoin. Good stuff. Good story. Corporates are gobbling up the BTC, man. Love to see it. Love to see it. So that's good news. No bad news. Boo. Bad news. Nuclear war is not going to happen. If nuclear war does happen, I'll tell you what, guys, we're going to have way bigger problems than the price of our Bitcoin. Okay? Just FYI. Check your timeline for the GME news. Yes, Lachlan. Yeah, so apparently they bought a whole bunch of Bitcoin, which is great. 4,710 Bitcoin for GME. That's fantastic. When is there not a high chance World War III? Seems like every day. It's crazy. That's fantastic, though, guys. Really, really good news. I mean, GME's finally announced, so that's great. Good. GameStop is now a Bitcoin treasury company. Let's see if they issue more debt. Let's see if they buy more Bitcoin. Are they going to follow the Saylor playbook? Are they going to go for 50,000 Bitcoin, 100,000 Bitcoin? I haven't seen the announcement from, was it Ryan? Is he the CEO of GameStop? I haven't seen the total announcement about what their plans are, if they're going to issue more debt, raise more Bitcoin, et cetera, et cetera. But hey, that's a great start. That's another company that's bought almost 5,000 Bitcoin. Fantastic news. Fantastic news, man. Thanks for convincing me to sell my ETH. Well, George, you convinced yourself. I just told you why I sold my ETH at the end of the day, but I know it's been up a bit recently. Still been pretty disappointing cycle-wise, though. But if it's a good decision for you, then you're welcome. If it's a bad decision, then continue. It's big news, guys. Big news. Bitcoin's doing things. It's above the previous highs. We've consolidated above the previous highs. We broke out. We retested the previous highs. Okay. Huckleberry says, I unstaked my ETH today. Well, we got big ETH news too, actually, about this very topic. So RIP ETH. So stick around, guys. We got some big news. We are back into the news here. Lark, come on. Bitcoin all-time high at the funding rate looks like this. Send this higher. Yes, Mickey Bull, I agree. Bitcoin does not top on these kind of funding rates. Bitcoin cycle does not peak at the bottom of the business cycle, at the bottom of the credit cycle. No, we peak at the top of the credit cycle, the top of the business cycle, which might still be a ways away. So we got higher to go, guys. Senator Loomis, Bitcoin Act to buy 1 million Bitcoin for America hits the floor next week. I don't know if this is going to go through. I really don't. But man, the fact that she's trying, I effing love it. And it's going to become a conversation now in the U.S. Congress where they're going to say, well, should we buy 1 million Bitcoin? Maybe we should buy 1 million Bitcoin. I mean, Jack Mahler's company is going to try to buy 1 million Bitcoin. I don't know if they can raise that kind of money, man. But damn, if America starts buying Bitcoin, it's insane. Seriously, it's insane. The CEO of Marathon Digital is out saying, yeah, we already have countries stacking. They haven't announced they're doing it quietly. A lot of countries don't need to like put it through Congress. They can just smash the buy button like the UAE. They don't need to go out and say, we're buying Bitcoin, everybody. They just, let's mine some Bitcoin, smash some buys over here, boom, done. We'll tell everybody later on when it's worth, $1 million per coin. Like, by the way, wow, shit ton of Bitcoin back in 2024. Thank you very much. Now, this was a big news, guys, up to about 110 yesterday. Was Trump media announced a $2.5 billion Bitcoin treasury deal. Now, we knew about that. It was rumored to be $3 billion yesterday. It was announced officially $2.5 billion. That's partially from selling stocks, partially from doing a capital raise. It'll make one of the largest Bitcoin treasury deals of any public company. GameStop's bigger. Just going to say it. Don. GameStop's got the Bitcoin, man. They're going to buy a lot more, too. My guess, anyway. It's crazy. Now, somebody in the comment section here is saying, well, that means we're probably not going to get strategic reserve for America. I mean, surely it couldn't be the case that the president of the United States' company is going to buy $2.5 billion of the Bitcoin before that same president launches a strategic reserve for the country and sends the price sky high. Of course he is. Guys, it's Donald. Come on. Of course that's what's going on. He's going to buy Bitcoin and then start buying Bitcoin for America. He'll sell it to America for 10x what he bought it for. Art of the deal, baby. Bitcoin treasury companies, every market within the next 12 months. We're already seeing it happen. We have like one in Sweden that was announced the other day and others that are coming out. So big stuff. Big stuff, guys. By the way, if you're trading these markets, I know some of you guys are trading these markets. If you're trading these markets, you want somewhere you can do it with no KYC, no VPN, no bullshit. And the no KYC thing, I have people ask me like, but why would I want no KYC, man? Did you see what happened to Coinbase hack the other day? People's literal like passport photos, addresses, account balances, like really bad. Got leaked out. Bet Unix isn't going to ask that from you, man. You just come over here and trade. Long some dog coins, short some cat coins, because cats, of course, are the devil. And obviously, you can get some sweet bonuses here, up to $400 in deposit bonuses. So you deposit $500, you get $100, $1,000, you get $200, $2,000, you get $400 back, and up to $2,000 in trading bonuses. It's pretty awesome. Check it out. I'm doing most of my trading over here these days. As you can see, I'm showing you those trades in some of our shorter trading videos that we do, which I hope are useful for you guys as well. Check it out. Link down below. Okay. Always the low blow, man. I can't help myself. I gotta just kick the cats in the balls when I can. I joke, but my son loves cats actually, so we're probably gonna have to get a cat at some point. Different story. Check this out. Positive news just keeps rolling in. U.S. recession odds drop to record lows as consumer confidence absolutely surges, far exceeding expert forecasts. It was up to consumer confidence was like 98 or something like that. Like completely blew the forecasters out of the water. Absolute crazy stuff, man. Absolute crazy stuff. S&P 500, NASDAQ 100 are now 4% away from all-time highs. This is the best bear market rally ever. People have no idea, but it's a lot crazier, says Bach here. This is interesting. It's the current market, and this is the 2020 market. If that happens. And again, We're at the bottom of the business cycle. We're at the bottom of the credit cycle. The dollar's falling. Don got it. He got the weaker dollar. Now, there are some real issues out there. World War III, boo. Japan's bond market exploding, also boo. It's problems. It's always problems. Every market cycle climbs the wall of worry, okay? Unless we have World War III and we all die in a nuclear holocaust, and I guess it's a great dip buying opportunity for Bitcoin if anybody survives. Like, yo, it's like 10 of us left on the planet. I'm gonna buy all the Bitcoins, man. It's not funny. Nuclear war is terrible. This is huge news. Huge news, guys. We have our first Ethereum strategy. I think it might be technically the second or third one, but this is the big one. The other ones were like baby stuff. We have an Ethereum micro strategy, okay? Seriously, this is absolutely massive. Yes, I did hear about that. Not super. So let me ask him about Dubai real estate using XRP. Yes, I did see it. I'm getting distracted. I see all these great things you guys are talking about in the chat. Want to answer some questions. I did see that. I'm not an expert on it, but definitely cool for XRP and cool for Dubai as well. Anyway, $425 million are going to be used for Sharp Link Gaming Company. This is backed by Joe Lubin from Consensus, Pantera Capital, all this kind of stuff. So that's big. Now, obviously, if they can keep issuing out more debt, raising more money, more convertible bonds, all that kind of stuff, and literally rerun the Saylor playbook, but for ETH, that creates a massive buyer. If they can buy, let's say, $5–10 billion worth of Ethereum, that makes a big impact. And if they can, of course, then stake that Ethereum, which they should be able to do because it's not an ETF, it's a company. It's a treasury company, essentially, at this point. So if this is the situation, here, then that could be really big for ETH. And we'll probably see other companies do it too. It's going to be less popular in Bitcoin treasury companies, but I think we'll see other companies do it too. And in fact, I bet you will see companies that do Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. And again, this is the toxic leverage of the cycle. I want to be super clear about this, guys. This is the toxic leverage of the cycle. Yes, Harry, I did see we're getting free chat GPT in Dubai now. Thanks, Shakes. Appreciate it, man. It's awesome. This is an interesting one because the toxic leverage, and what we talk about toxic leverage. Now, if you weren't around in 2020, 2021, there's something called GBTC, Grayscale Bitcoin. Oh, when it was hot, baby. They were buying so much Bitcoin. Bitcoin's flooding into the Grayscale Trust, and prices were pumping, and they were buying more Bitcoin and stuffing it in there until it didn't work anymore and everything fucking collapsed. Similar situation here. I've got to do a full proper video, like really breaking this down in detail for you guys because it goes pretty deep. But just think about all these companies that are buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, because we have a Solana company. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But think about all these companies right now. Okay. Now we're not talking about MicroStrategy because here's the thing with MicroStrategy versus probably the majority of these other companies. Michael Saylor is post-wealth. He doesn't need the money. He's thinking about legacy. You listen to this dude talk about Bitcoin. Somebody asked him something like, oh, why'd you get into Bitcoin? He's like, when I found Bitcoin, I felt lost and adrift in life. And then I found Bitcoin and my life just made sense. Like, no, that guy is completely orange pilled. Okay. He's literally going to take his Bitcoin to the grave with him so that there's less Bitcoin in supply. That's how hardcore he is. He's not going to sell his Bitcoin. He's already said, I'm taking my private keys to the effing grave with me. I'm not selling. Saylor's a different character. The problem with everybody else, and some of these companies will be fine. I think that it's well-intentioned. Look at what Jack Mallers is doing, or what's his name? David Bailey of Bitcoin Magazine. Fine. Okay, fine. But there's gonna be a lot more companies coming in, and you have to start asking yourself the question. A lot of these companies are gonna come in late. A lot of these companies are gonna come in and buy at 150K, 200K. What happens? These companies, because that's when the most money is going to come in when the market's hot. We haven't even seen the crazy yet, in my opinion. When the market gets super hot, we're going to see even more money pile in because people are going, oh, market's hot. Bitcoin's going to $1 million now. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. What happens when the market starts turning? Okay. A lot of these companies are going to issue out shit debt. That debt's going to get called in. They're going to get margin called. They're going to get liquidated. They're going to go into bankruptcy. They're going to have their assets liquidated by liquidation courts. They're going to let us hand that shit, man. Straight up. There's going to be fraud. Oh, there's going to be so much corporate fraud, guys. You have no idea. This is our toxic leverage cycle. It's going to be great going up. And I'm going to make it super clear. It's going to send us to the effing moon, man. It's going to be our just rocket fuel. All this corporate treasury bullshit. Great. On the way back down, it's what's going to give us our bottom. Some giant company going bankrupt. And it's not going to be Sailor. It's not going to be Sailor. It's going to be somebody else. Some big other treasury company going bust or getting hacked or F knows what happens. That's going to mark the approximate bottom here for the next bear market in 2026 or 2027. Anyway, that's for later us to worry about. I just want to point out the obvious. Hear me now, quote me later about the toxic leverage that's starting to enter the system with all this corporate buying and dilution of stocks and convertible, all this bullshit going on, okay? But it's good now. Well, let's ride the wave, man. Let's ride the wave. Don't worry about the tsunami wave coming later. It's going to smash and take away the village. Let's ride the waves now. We got time. We got a lot of time. ETH, by the way, even though we had that great news yesterday, dick all happening in the ETH charts here. We got our third rejection, as we talked about in the TA video today. We got our third rejection here at the 200-day SMA. I've got a buy order at $2,700. Hopefully, next time we go above, we're actually going to get the damn thing done. Rock, hard place. Price of Ethereum stuck. Let's see what happens. Brett, by the way, I'm going to point this chart out because I got stopped out on this one the other day, but it's definitely looking very interesting because you see what's been happening. Here's the 20-day EMA, yellow line in the chart here. Price has been, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days now, basically just hugging onto that 20-day EMA. You can see back here, we also had resistance around this sort of 6.8 cent zone. So once we get over this line right here, we could then see a nice rally here. Now, the last two rallies did stop at 7 cents, which was where the 200-day EMA is. So let's see. Let's see. But that could be an interesting beta play to ETH, in my opinion. Solana, we've got, this is crazy, man. Sol Strategies files to raise up to $1 billion to buy Solana. That's insane. That's crazy, man. Because the market cap of Solana is only, what, $90 billion or something today? That's a huge amount of money. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff, guys. A lot of money coming to the system right now. Obviously, charts don't immediately reflect that kind of intense buying pressure coming. And then we have the ETFs coming. This is the thing. We have the ETFs still coming for Solana, for XRP, for Dogecoin, for Litecoin, a whole bunch of other stuff, okay? Yeah. Cool, man. Cool. I love it. Big bullish pennant forming up right here for Solana. A break above, let's say, 177, 178 could be the breakout here for that. Obviously, when I confirm the daily candle, next price target up is $200. Okay? Great. SEC officially reviewing WisdomTree's proposed spot XRP ETF, now accepting public comments. It's happening. It's happening. XRP ETFs coming, guys. All the altcoin ETFs, the big ones. You know, we're not going to get an ETF for some random shitters, but like probably 20, 30 ETFs for big market cap coins coming. It's coming. It's going to be pretty crazy. And that gives TradFi boomer retail money an easy way to get into the market. Selling my ETH for STOLs worked great for me. Great staking also. Oh yeah, much better staking than Ethereum actually. This is big news. This is big news. As you know, look, you guys know I'm not the world's biggest XRP fan, but they've been killing it recently, man. They got that big real estate deal with Dubai, and they've been buying a whole bunch of stuff and a whole bunch of big companies and stuff, right? Folks, nobody knows what's happening, including people like Lark. It's going to explode if and when it decides. No one knows what coins will moon, blah, blah, blah. Of course. Otto, of course. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball. And I tell you guys all the time, I don't have a crystal ball. Okay? When we look at charts, as an example, what do we look at with charts? We look at statistical probabilities. Think of it like poker, man. Less like, I don't know, the roulette wheel, and more like poker. Okay? You know what hand you've got. You know what the statistical odds of the hand playing out are. Okay, for example, a bullish pennant's got 65% chance to break to the upside in an uptrending market, for example. Those are the kind of odds you bet on, right? But I don't have a crystal ball. Any kind of shit can happen. Donald Trump can tweet fuck knows what tomorrow. Somebody carpet bombs Moscow and everything's going to zero, man. So, yeah, never blindly follow anybody anywhere. Not me, not anybody else on the internet. Just you have to make your own decisions. And that's one of the things I always like to tell to people. Make your own decisions and it'll set you free. That's one of the great parts about these markets is that it's just you and your computer and your mouse sitting there clicking and going, should I buy or sell that? At the end of the day. You're forgetting, Lark, your hand doesn't matter in poker. I know. It's hard to bluff the whales, man. Hard to bluff the whales. There's like all in, market down, 10%, done. It's an analogy, right? It's not a perfect analogy. Anyway, you guys are great. Love it. XRP, man. XRP. Currently chilling at 230. I got my entry on 230 like over here last week. Been in this for about a week. Double bottom on the 4-hour chart. So even guy looks on daily right now, double bottom right here. So my stop loss is down here around 225. Let's see what happens. So far, so good. The market has been rallying it back above the 50-day EMA. I mean, we get nothing but good news coming through. So obviously it's time we should dump and have everything crash horrifically. That would make total sense, obviously. By the way, we have the price of XRP forming up within this gargantuan effing triangle thing right here. When it breaks out, we've got a major move. Until then, we chilling. It's going to take a little while. Okay. All right. CETUS. You guys remember that SUI hack the other day? CETUS plans to use cash and token treasuries fully compensate impacted users if it's available to recover locked funds through the community vote, along with a loan from the SUI Foundation. Recovery will begin immediately regardless of vote outcome. Price of CETUS pumped today. There's a lot of other options for buying and swapping and stuff like that. And look, I hope everybody gets their money back, obviously. But one of those things, you see a protocol get hacked, and it's like, yeah, it happens. It does. It sucks. However, definitely makes you think twice about trusting in the future with your money. That being said, SUI pumping. Nice to see it. Nice to see it. Got back up here up to the 20-day EMA at 50-day EMA, man. Despite all the bullshit and drama, that was a buying opportunity for SUI enthusiasts right here, okay? Plus, we got a SUI ETF filing as well. So good things happening overall in the SUI ecosystem. One of the strongest coins of the cycle. Probably not the one to fade at this particular time. The Moonwalker here sharing some good stuff about AVAX. Supply on AVAX will leave, the supply shock on AVAX will leave non-holders in disbelief and shock. 439,000 AVAX burned in just 7 days, 3.5% of the circulating supply. That's shocking, actually. That's actually insane. Wow. 1,700 validators currently burn around 2,000 AVAX per month just by staying online. Beam, Cocknet. Hey, did you guys ever see it? It reminds me of Sean Connery. Or the Cocknet. Reminds me. You guys ever think about, hear that theory about The Rock, a movie with Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery, how The Rock is actually like a continuation of the James Bond, the Connery Bond, like the final film of Connery Bond. It's a fascinating theory. Anyway. Besides the point. This is great. This is all good shit. AVAX, man. Come on, AVAX. Go to the damn moon already. Just holding, chilling, staking, waiting for such a long time for AVAX to take off, man. Current price is fine. It's fine. Rejected twice here at the 200-day EMA. Great. Obviously, that becomes the main point of control. Look for a breakout trade on SUI over $26. So when we get 26 bucks, probably a spot to get an entry long position. Gamble Man's odds on a 20-day EMA or 50-day EMA retest down here as well. We're currently right here at the uptrend line. So we're continuing to put in higher lows, higher highs, all that kind of stuff. AVAX to the moon. It's crazy. One of those blockchains where like so much good stuff just keeps happening, but you know, it's not a dog, is it? It's not a cat. No. All major blockchains need to rebrand to dogs and cats. Big believer in that. Chava, what's up? How's it going, man? Nice to see you. Good morning in California. Stayed up till 4 a.m. Yo, that's awesome, man. Welcome to the party. Take a shot every time Lark sighs. Oh my gosh. Never have eggs and ribs for breakfast. My phone is a mess. Oh my goodness. Lark Bond 0069. Yes, I did hear about the Circle IPO, and I still have very mixed feelings about it, Krieger Monster. I do. Because on the one hand, damn, that's the best opportunity to get access to the stablecoin market. And okay, let's say Circle's going to 10x its amount of USDC over the next 5 years. That's probably pretty good, isn't it? Flip side is there's some things like they had to give all this money to Binance and all this money to Coinbase. And I think they're aiming for a $7 billion valuation now at IPO, which even at $5 billion is like, you guys are, it's like maybe a little much. And like, no, 7 billion is like, I don't know. Part of me wants to just ape into it because I wanted to get access to this. The other part of me is saying, oh man, is it really a good deal? Is it really a good deal at a $6.9 billion valuation, which I'm pretty sure is what they're going to try to push it at? Yeah. Don't know. If I get a cat, there will be no pictures or names of that cat available ever. I want to get a dog. And also, no pictures of the dog, no name of the dog. You crazy guys. Black t-shirts, Lark Bearish. Now we good, man. We good. Things good today. Good day from Melbourne. Nice. If only there was BTC was the main topic of global discussion rather than tariffs. Yeah, I know. Still the worst bull run in crypto history by a mile. Maybe it's just taking longer. Maybe. Let's see how we go. I bet big on guns. Me too. I got a pretty big bag. That's not a gargantuan percentage of my crypto portfolio, but it's big enough that if it does what I hope it. How is guns at $30 million market cap? I know the FTV is big, but there's no unlocked tokens till what, April next year? $30 million. The most successful game ever in the history of crypto to tap into normie Web 2 world is off the grid. And nothing. Crickets from the market. It's $30 million market cap. Feels mispriced. I mean, why that's not worth a few $100 million is beyond me. Won't Ripple just buy all the stock if Circle does IPO? I don't know. It's an interesting thought. It's an interesting thought. Certainly, they might buy some of it, but obviously they don't want to have to go and buy it at crazy PE value either. Notice how the comment section scammers never comment. They actually do comment. They got some balls on them, man. They comment on the live stream sometimes. It happens. We try to keep them off. Shout out to of course Sue, and Jesse and everyone keeping the chat clean. Doing awesome work, guys. They pop in from time to time. But we try to shut them straight down. What do you think about WorldCoin? Dystopian, Orwellian. Also, if it wasn't for the crazy inflation, 600% inflation this year, I think, for WorldCoin. What? It's crazy, man. If it wasn't for the crazy inflation, it'd probably be interesting because literally it's Sam Altman's altcoin. that feels like a good proxy bet, considering he's the founder of frickin' OpenAI and what he's trying to do, making everybody verifiable on chain. It's smart. I mean, the idea is smart. It's the whole, I don't know. I'm not into it from that perspective, but like the idea is smart. The fact that this Sam Altman's coin is fascinating. And we had who was it? Two of the big venture capital firms, the A16Z and somebody else, they bought $135 million of the tokens on market the other day. Obviously, somebody knows something, despite all the crazy inflation. Did you see, oh yeah, Bitcoin? I did see that post from Ivan on Tech about the Bitcoin Monetary Fund. Pretty funny. Are you still bullish on base tokens? I think base is still a great one, particularly virtuals stuff. I think that's where the real action's happening on base right now. I mean, there are some base meme coins. We talked about Brett, right? There's some base meme coins that are doing well, and Aerodrome Finance still a great coin to farm if you have some, time and energy to do that. But virtuals is where all the hot stuff's happening on base right now. There's been some really big cooks over there, and if you're really like dialing into that whole virtuals ecosystem, and you're getting the points, and you're getting into the Genesis sales, you're making money, man. Laura, can you explain the plume chart? Yeah, it's been going sideways for months. That's we don't have to look at it. It's going sideways. There's absolutely nothing on the chain. Well, it's because the mainnet hasn't really launched yet. I think it's still in sort of private beta or something like that. So it should be coming relatively soon. The white paper is boring. Of course, this white paper is boring, man. It's a real world asset protocol. Boring is baked into its DNA. New crypto May saying change. Don't sell on May. Wait and don't go away. That's a good one. The economic ninja says Digibyte is better than Bitcoin. You got Alt Zulu. You got me. You got me with the Digibyte comment again. That's hilarious. Digibyte to the moon. I don't know, Digibyte, man. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Filmy Bush, what's up? Cardano ETF will be delayed. Yeah, a lot of the ETFs are getting delayed, but we are going to start getting some. I think the big four, the four horsemen of the apocalypse, the crypto bull run apocalypse, that is XRP, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Solana. That's my expectation. The four first ones we're going to see deployed into the market. Other more exotic stuff, HBAR, Cardano, Polkadot. There's been some crazy, Sui's not crazy, but Sui, didn't they do Trump? Someone's doing a Trump coin ETF. When fart coin ETF, that's coming. Have you looked at XDC? I have not. Is BMX the new DEX to supplant Aerodrome? Don't know, haven't heard of it. Or maybe I've seen the ticker somewhere, but I don't really know anything about it. Thoughts on Popcat? Yo, let's look at Popcat. The cat that pops. It's a cat that pops. It's genius. The cutting edge of cat meme technology. What's going on with the old Popcat here? The oldie Popcat. So Popcat looking kind of like a lot of the coins right now. Depending on how you want to draw this, of course. Do I like it like that? I think I like it maybe more from the, we're going to go from the candle bodies here. Maybe that's going to give us a better bit of information. Drown out the noise of the big wicks there. We've got a bullish pennant, guys. A lot of coins right now. The stronger ones. Some of the other coins have not been so strong, and their charts just kind of look like dog shit, which is like half my portfolio, it feels like. But anyway, that's a different conversation. Popcat looking pretty good, man. Oh, man, it's still going. That was done. Still going. Popcat's forming a bullish pennant. A lot of coins are doing this. Again, the gambling odds here, that breaks to the upside at some point. Right now, it's testing the bottom line as support. Will that hold? Don't know. Let's see. Losing the 20-day EMA currently. If we back test all the way to a 50-day EMA around 41 cents, probably an interesting buying opportunity as long as it recovers straight away. If it starts just chilling out down here, not great. But if it zips down, bounces, or we come back up and break out to the upside here. So if you look for like about a 51, 52 cent confirmation, candle close, not wick, above the resistance line, that could confirm a new breakout with a pretty juicy price target around 20 cents or so from the breakout. So getting up to like 75 cents or something like that. Okay. Another commentator this morning said the micro strategy is top for the cycle. Well, certainly it's getting a lot more competition right now. Maybe that's what they were talking about. Oh, those are the treasury companies that are cheaper, so why not buy them? I think that micro strategy, and I haven't looked at the chart, I'm just talking out my butt here, okay? But I think the micro strategy, as long as Bitcoin keeps going up, Bitcoin goes to 150K or 200K, micro strategy is going to go up too, because it's the winner. It's the big one. It's in the S&P 500, right? A lot of these newer companies are going to just be seen as more risky. And so people who want sort of better performance than Bitcoin without buying Bitcoin are going to go for MicroStrategy because it's going to be better performance, but less risk compared to buying dog shit treasury company number 32, right? Naked Red Lark, this quantum thing is worrying me. What are your thoughts? Seems like a thing ready to implode. So far, I don't think the quantum issue is a worry. That's about quantum computing and being able to break Bitcoin's code and stuff like that. But here's the thing. What you would essentially need to do when quantum computing becomes a threat is just to issue out, just do a protocol upgrade. You don't have to, do much. Make new private keys that are more complicated. 10x the size of them, for example. It's going to be fine. But certainly, I understand why people are worried about it, but I think the worry about quantum computing is a bit overblown at this stage. Perhaps there'll be something more to worry about when we actually have much more availability of quantum computing in the everyday world. It's still a very, very long way away. Even the biggest, most fancy quantum computers cost gargantuan sums of money to make and are very much niche products from giant tech companies. So quantum computing right now is not a problem. And the problem, even then, remains relatively limited until we get crazy power. Maybe that's like the 2034 bear market or something like that is driven by quantum computing fears, because we do have new quantum computers by then, and they start hacking old Satoshi wallets or something like that. Who knows? Later us problem. For sure. Those super cycle, Dr. Bookie, those are dangerous words. Dangerous words. Is this going to be the big super cycle? Probably not, but it's probably going to be a pretty crazy cycle. Is it going to be the best cycle ever? Hard to say. But we've definitely found where our leverage is coming from. We definitely found where the buyers are coming from. And eventually retail will storm back in and buy the top and provide extra liquidity for everybody. But until then, corporates are just slowly gobbling. Don't forget to get your base name and track your base network interactions. Go check it out, guys. base.org/names. Lark, do you think Japan raising interest rates on the yen is going to cause a global financial crisis, possibly even a recession, because of the global money glitch that's coming to an end? Certainly worrying. We're going to do a video probably early next week breaking down the Japan situation, but definitely cause for concern. You don't want the world's fourth biggest economy to have their bond market, Greg, especially because they've been such a big buyer of U.S. stocks and U.S. debt and stuff like this. Japan might need a bailout from the Fed. Jupe, is it coming back or has it had its ride already? It's coming back, man. Dude, again, I was pissed at the Jupiter guys, especially the Meteora team, which is adjacent to Jupiter, and them basically recommending the Kelsier scam cartel as preferred market makers. Fuck. Jupiter, though, has been doing incredible work. That, man, the amount of stuff they ship, it's insane. And they are just launching Jupe Lend. All of which comes back to a giant buyback program. So the more fees they generate through perps trading, through swaps, through their lending program, it's literally one of the best DeFi apps, if not the best DeFi app on the Solana blockchain. I got a big position. I hope it goes to the moon. Let's see. Thanks for keeping me sane over the past few years. Much appreciated. Thanks for hanging out, James. Thanks for coming and watching videos and talking and sharing your stuff, man. Appreciate you. You're awesome, man. Thank you so much. Are rate cuts what we need? Not necessarily, but rate cuts would help. Rate cuts that are not panic rate cuts, which the way the economy is going, everything's going right now, it's probably not going to be panic rate cuts. Regular, normal, suit and tie, glasses, calm Jerome Powell, we're cutting rates. Fine. That'll help, but it doesn't become a necessity for the market to pump. Look how far we've got with the current rates. What's your takes on Axelrod? Axelrod is a virtual agent from Virtuals, or an AI agent from the Virtuals platform. How well do you think it does? Man, I have no idea how well I think it does. Honestly, I've got a bag. It's very small speculative bag. Let's see what happens. You know, if it 10x's, great. It's, you know, some money. But if it goes to zero, it's not that much money. It's fine. But I think there's some very bullish AI agents launching right now on the Virtuals protocol. How many of these are successful long-term, I don't know. But I certainly think there's some pretty cool new stuff coming out that's worth paying attention to. So basically, Virtuals went from like literally nothing happening like 2 months ago to like dozens of agents a week now coming out, which makes also a lot of noise and a lot of bullshit. But Axelrod's probably one of the ones to be paying attention to if you're going to be paying attention to the Virtuals AI agent launches. I think it's backed by the Virtuals protocol itself. I know. It's a pretty good one. Moonpig going better than Plume. Of course it is. Who wants to buy boring ass real world? Oh, we're gonna real world assets, man. We're gonna bring trillions of dollars on chain. Fuck that. This is a pig with a space helmet on it. Let's go to the moon. It's what the market wants, man. It's what the market wants. It's the rough reality of things right now. It's almost lunchtime. Yeah, we better go. You're right. It's 40 minutes. Got to get out of here. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much. I'll see you back for the next one. Peace.